how did you know Kurt was the one? We were almost gonna move there. What baby girl names do you like? Heck yes, heck yes, heck yes. Still waiting. So it came to my attention like 2 days ago that I haven't done a life update or a sit down chat in like over a year. I'm pretty sure my last video was sitting here telling you guys my birth story about Fox, and now he's 1 year old. So I thought it was about time to do a sit down chat and just answer a bunch of questions I've either never answered before or just like some personal questions that I think will be really interesting. I go through waves of loving different videos. So whatever I'm loving, I try to create that for you guys. And for some reason, I'm loving more gossipy kind of videos. Not really gossip, that sounds really bad. I want to hear about people's lives. Like I want to hear updates, I want to hear people's opinions. Like, are people having babies? Are they getting married? What are they eating? How are they so fit? I just want to know the goss, really. Do you know what? This is all making sense. I've just had an epiphany. I think I'm craving human connection. Duh. Social distancing. It's kind of making me go a little bit crazy. And I think I miss like a group of people and like learning about people's lives and being updated. So here I am, people, to update you on my life. So I did an Instagram story here asking you guys to be involved and write down the questions that you have for me. And I've screenshotted a bunch, and I'm gonna try to get to ones that I think most people will wanna hear and some personal ones, and yeah, it's gonna get juicy. But before we start, I just wanna expose something for a second. For a lot of people, the life of a YouTuber is quite mysterious, lucrative, a little bit confusing. People are like, how do you make money? How do you make a living off that? As if it's that hard. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. Yes, kind of with all of this. Yes, I feel very blessed, but I feel this weird internal pressure to like wear normal clothes and like put a little bit of makeup on and kind of do my hair. Let's not even discuss my hair right now. I just did a sweaty shredder and I haven't showered. That's pretty gross. I probably shouldn't admit that, but I just worked out. I washed my face. I like washed my armpits and did like one of those fake showers. I'll shower properly later. So now it's like me trying to look decent, and it's so dumb. Like, let's just start with this. There was one question asking, do I feel like pressure to look a certain way and like put on a facade because I'm in like the public eye and I'm like a public figure? No, not normally, but with Q&As, they freak me out. I think because I would call myself like a vlogger. I vlog every single week, and I find that so, not easy, but I don't get embarrassed easily at all. Like, I'm happy to vlog myself with my perioral dermatitis rash. I don't care about acne. I'll like show you my cellulite. I showed you guys my birth. Like, I literally don't have many walls at all. So I find it easy to like take a camera around and show you guys me with like no makeup and not looking fabulous. But when it comes to Q&As, I just like, I don't know, I think I subconsciously compare myself to the other YouTubers who have such beautiful like backgrounds and their makeup's so beautiful and their hair, and they just look like immaculate, and that's just not me at all. Like, I don't even feel like me now, and I'm just in like chill clothes, but like I feel most like myself when I'm in like a hoodie or my activewear and my hair is in like a slick sweaty bun. Yeah, I don't know, it's so dumb. This is what I look like when I go out to lunch and brunch and stuff, but I just feel weird that I got ready like this just to film. I don't know, that's a weird thing I have with Q&A. So there's this weird stigma or like unspoken rule with YouTubers that Q&As are lazy videos, and I fully do not agree with that because I find them the most effort. I'm gonna get my phone right now and show you what I'm looking at. Like, I know you're looking at me and you're like, oh my gosh, your house is so clean. Yes, I tidied it literally just for the video. Let's just be real here. But this is what I look at. There's a mic, there's you guys, there's a light. It's a lot of effort to set this up. I don't want to rant. Let's just begin the Q&A, shall we? Let's just start off with the most requested, or like the most popular question, which is, when is baby number 2 coming? Fox is too cute. Thank you, Lauren. Kurt and I, we think we want 3 kids, potentially 4. The original plan was to get married next March, so March 2021, and then have a honeymoon baby, like try for a honeymoon baby, so that I would give birth early 2022 or something like that. But now, with like everything going on in the world and everything shut down, I don't know, because we haven't booked anything for our wedding, and so I think by the time we do book something, I highly doubt we'll be able to get in by March. But to answer that question, baby number 2 is definitely gonna come, hopefully. I mean, like, let's just hope I get blessed enough to get pregnant again. But I don't want to get pregnant until next year. However, I feel weird admitting this because I haven't really spoken to Kurt about it. Last night I had this really weird feeling that I wanted to be pregnant, and I have not felt that really ever. I knew I wanted to be pregnant before having Fox, but you guys know, well, you might not know, Fox was definitely a surprise baby, so I knew I wanted to have babies, but I've never felt in the moment, oh my goodness, I wish I was pregnant. And just lying in bed last night, I was thinking about newborns, and my friend just had a newborn, and I was just kind of like reminiscing on, wow, like newborn life was really tough and whatever. And I was like, you know what? I reckon I could do it again. I reckon I could do it again. It's really tough, but I feel like I'm more prepared. Yeah, I don't know. I had this weird feeling. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna get pregnant. But then I really don't want to be pregnant for my wedding, and I really want to be married to have another baby, and I don't know. So yeah, baby 2 is gonna come hopefully 2021. So I'm looking forward to next year for everyone being like, she's pregnant, she's pregnant. Knowing me, I'll just be bloated. Have you recovered from your prolapse and birth trauma? Not everyone is gonna know what this is, so I'll keep it short and sweet. If you don't know what prolapse is, I mean, Google it at your own discretion, but it's kind of traumatizing. I had a pretty full-on labor. I had an episiotomy and I had forceps. Literally had to learn to go to the toilet for like the next 2 weeks after birth. I had to stay in the hospital for a few days because I couldn't pee. Anyway, that's not to do with the topic. So prolapse, I feel so much better. I do wear a pessary, which is this little thing here. It's like a ring. If things gross you out, like periods and vaginas and things, like maybe just like skip forward 1 minute. So it's like a ring, and basically it's like this squishy silicone rubber ring, and you squish it and you like put it up like a tampon, and then when you let it go, it's like a donut that holds your organs up. I know, like so intense. I go to Flow Physio Co in Sutherland and I see Charlotte. She's amazing. When I first went to see her and she explained it, I was like, what the heck? So I do wear that if I run or if I do any like high intensity plyometric workouts. My prolapse, it definitely is better, but it's not cured, and I don't think it ever will be because I have stage 2 prolapse of, I think it's my bladder. So I just have to be really careful when I'm doing like jumps and things like that, and I just don't skip. I take it pretty easy. I've mellowed out my workouts a lot, but if I know I'm gonna be doing a little bit of jumping, I'll just wear my pessary. Another frequent question was, how was your breastfeeding experience? I was so excited to breastfeed, and I think I made this known in my vlogs. When I first got to like express some colostrum, which is like this golden, amazing, probiotic rich milk that you start to produce at the end of your pregnancy. When I was allowed to express that and put it in the freezer and store it, I was so excited. I have an older sister, Emily, and a younger sister, Talia. We are so close. They are my best friends. But I think during my pregnancy, me and my older sister really got to bond, and we became super close because she's a midwife. She delivers babies. We were down the coast with my family, and my actual midwife called me, the one who was like managing my pregnancy. She called me and she was like, yep, you're this many weeks, you get to express colostrum, la la la. So literally I took my shirt off and I let my older sister express me. Like literally I had like no hands, and it wasn't even weird. I think that was the cool thing about my pregnancy. It's like we just got so close, and it has made our relationship like rock solid. Anyway, back to breastfeeding. I am so lucky. That was the one thing that I didn't struggle with. Another popular question, do you have plans for your wedding? I have like plans in my head. I've kind of made a Pinterest. I'm pretty sure you guys can like guess. If you have been following my channel for a while, you'll know my style, you know my vibe. It's pretty much just that. So we want to get married in Byron Bay, because it's our favorite place in the world. We were almost going to move there, but we just love Cronulla. My favorite place probably ever to stay is Elements of Byron. It's like pretty bougie, but I think it would be cool if we could house our families there, because there's like pods of cabins. So I'm like, how cool if we went to Byron, we all stayed there, we had like the ceremony there, then Kurt and I and our bridal party go and get photos, everyone chills at Elements of Byron, then we come back and we have the reception there, and then after the wedding we can all just like stay there for a holiday. That would be my goals. We either, option A, bite the bullet, we book somewhere, we call Elements and see if that's even an option. I assume they do weddings. Option B, we wait it out and see if we can like wait till the world goes back to normal. Or do we C, I don't know, just get married here, but like I don't want to do C, so it's either A or B. I don't know. To be determined. Do you eat normal junk food like M&Ms or Doritos or something like that? I hate this. My version of junk food is accidentally a little bit healthier than like generic M&Ms and Doritos, so I'm pretty severely intolerant to gluten. The last time I accidentally ate gluten was like 7 years ago, and I crawled up the stairs and asked my mom to take me to hospital, so that wasn't fun. And dairy, I'm just like really sensitive to dairy, like I just feel really sick. So if I'm gonna have like junk food, I have to get the gluten-free and dairy-free option, and believe me, they're not always healthy, but I feel like a lot of the times they're just a little bit healthier. Where would be the first place you'd want to travel after this whole situation? I don't know if I can say the word, like YouTube's being a bit weird with the whole COVID word. Assuming all is safe. Prior to this year, I am a homebody. Like, I don't live for travel, but this was the first year that I actually kind of wanted to travel. There's actually a question in there asking would I come to the US. We had a full-on US tour, and it was Sarah's Day times Whitefox boutique. It's not to say that it's not gonna happen. I definitely want to go. Like, that is on my bucket list, and once I write it on my bucket list, I'm like determined to make it happen. Anyway, that doesn't actually answer the question, where do I want to go? I kind of want to stay in Australia and explore all little pockets of Australia that I haven't before. Australia is amazing and so diverse. Like, we have the most amazing oceans, and then you've got the outback, you've got the snow. I just want to make sure I explore my own country and like really get to know it. Other than being married to Kurt, what are you most excited for about your wedding? To be honest, I just love our families. Like, I love Kurt's family, I love my family, I want them to mingle. I love my family so much. So we've actually written a wedding list, and I think it's like 80% family, so like Kurt's family, my family, and our extended families, and then like 20% friends. I'm just like really close with my family, and yeah, I just think it'll be fun, especially if I can do that idea that I mentioned, like everyone stays in like cabins. How cool would that be? That would just be like the best memory ever, that we get like this mini holiday together. I think that would be really fun. Tips for acne along with dry and sensitive skin. Oh, I could go on about this forever, but I'll keep it short and sweet. So you guys know I suffered with really, really bad hormonal acne. I'll try to put some photos up here of what my skin looked like a few years ago. To be honest, I think, of course, eating as clean and whole food based as possible, for me that really helped, and drinking loads and loads of water. I know this sounds like a broken record, you would have heard it all before, but seriously, I literally can't tell you how much drinking water can transform your skin, your hunger levels, your hormones, everything. Our bodies are made up of more than 70% water, so you need to make sure you're drinking enough water. But if I'm being honest, one of the biggest changes I found was seeing the right naturopath who specialized in Chinese herbs. I went and saw Hayden Keys at the Happy and Healthy Wellbeing Center in Miranda, and I started seeing him when I was 16, and I still see him now, and I'm 27. So I don't take the herbs anymore because I was pregnant and my skin's fine now, but I was on his special concoction of Chinese herbs to balance hormones, and he did blood tests and everything and found how my hormones were unbalanced, and then made up the herbs to suit. But I was on those herbs for, I'm gonna say, like 3 to 4 years. The thing with holistic practices, alternate medicine, and Chinese medicine specifically is it's really slow to show that it's working, so you have to be really patient, which is so hard when you're dealing with acne that's essentially ruining your life, which is actually exactly what I felt like. I would wake up and cry and not want to go to work and be so embarrassed. So if you can find the right naturopath, maybe give that a go, because that really helped me. What are your favorite things about the age Fox is at the moment? I think because he loves us so much and he's so easy to excite, like you just go, oh wow, isn't that colorful, and he'll just laugh. He's just wowed by everything. Like, he loves the wooden spoon that I cook with. He loves playing with the measuring cups. Like, just little things bring him so much joy. One thing he loves is sand. If we take Abby to the dog park, he'll just like put his hands in the sand and like roll in the sand, and he just loves it. When did I get my period? I was like one of the last ones in our group. I think I got my period in year 8, year 9. So funny. I remember getting my period and I got it at home. I was like so excited to get my period because I was like, yes, I'm gonna get boobs now. I was so excited to get boobs because I don't want to like be weird, but like my mum has really good boobs, and I remember like growing up and seeing her in like her beautiful bikinis and her outfits, and I was like, oh, Mom, I'm gonna look like you one day. Still double A, still waiting for my puberty boobs. Still waiting. When will you move into your new house? Oh, I'm so excited. Well, Kurt actually told me yesterday that he thinks we'll be in 2 months, which no. Kurt is a great foreman. He's like the project manager of the build, but he struggles with time management. So he's telling me that we're gonna be in 8 weeks. However, the joiner, like the guy who's building all the cabinetry and like our wardrobes, said he's gonna take at least 8 weeks. So in tradie terms, he's definitely gonna take 10 weeks. So I'm like, Kurt, how are we gonna move in 8 weeks? If the joiner hasn't started yet, I feel like we'll be in like 3 to 4 months. Kurt says 2, I say 4. So somewhere around the middle. I'm really sorry that the sun keeps changing. I don't understand how. I look outside, the sky is blue. Where is this cloud? Do you think the newborn stage is harder than a 1-year-old, or just different changes? Heck yes. Heck yes, heck yes, heck yes. When Fox was a newborn, the reason I found him really difficult was because he had like silent reflux. He was just like a really, not grumpy, he was a really uncomfortable baby. Like he was just always not happy. Like he was crying and screaming. There were some nights that he was literally screaming for 5 hours straight. I was crying, I couldn't soothe him, he wouldn't feed. Like newborns are so tough. I found the first like 5 months so hard, and people responded. You just wait till he's walking around and getting into everything. You'll wish he was a newborn. Well, my friends, well, he is one and he can crawl about. He can almost walk. He hobbles around. He can definitely hold on to things and scale around everything. And I am stoked. Stoked, I tell you. Yes, he gets into everything. Yes, he eats everything and he tries to eat Abby's food. He pulls on Abby's tail. He loves to eat the dirt in the pot plants and he rips up my cookbooks, but I don't care. In summary, 1-year-olds to me are so much more enjoyable and so much easier than a newborn. Are there things that people misunderstand about you? Yes, I feel like that's everyone. Like everyone, we have our personality. We have like ourself and how we speak and how we act and our values and our morals, but everyone has different aspects to themselves, right? Like if I'm in a business meeting, I talk and I act and I hold myself in a specific way. If I'm with my sisters, I'm a bit more like funny and free-spirited. If I'm with Fox, I'm a mother, I'm more of like a role model and I'm setting the tone, I'm calmer. So everyone has different aspects of them. And I feel like especially business, like I always kind of feel this subconscious pressure to justify myself and justify that I am a good businesswoman and I know what's going on and I'm smart and I have a good head on my shoulders. I feel like when I first started in YouTube and I was having these meetings, I feel like people didn't take me seriously. I was like this little blonde who did like fitness and fun food stuff. So as I'm getting older, people definitely take me more seriously, but I've always struggled with that. I feel like the thing that people misunderstand about me is that I'm like stupid, or is that I'm dumb and like ditzy and girly. And yeah, I love girly things and I can totally laugh at myself and make a joke about myself, but I can also be really serious in business meetings and come up with really cool ideas. When can we expect some info about your new activewear with Whitefox? Okay, so as you guys know, my Whitefox collaborations for my activewear, they happen like a year in advance. So I designed this collection literally almost a year ago. It is so cool. So the thing that obviously has pushed it back is deliveries and all that kind of stuff with the world right now and everything shutting down. I think it is still set to launch in May. I don't know an exact date, but we've also had to rework the campaign. So our campaign idea, I still want to use for like maybe a different project. I think we're gonna film that in early May and hopefully launch late May, but I'll keep you updated. It's so sick. I've been training in the shorts and just making sure I love them and they're like squat proof and I don't have to pull them up all the time, and they're amazing. They're really good quality, so I'm excited. How did you know Kurt was the one? When we first met, I was just waiting for him to become like an F-boy. I felt like at the start he was too good to be true and he's gonna get such a big head if he watches this, if he sees that. Don't tell him I said this. When I went through my breakup, there's actually a few questions about my breakup. When I went through my breakup, I sat down, this was like after a few months, and I thought I'm never gonna meet anyone, I'm gonna be alone forever. I literally sat down and I wrote down what I want in a partner and just like things that really mattered to me and like values and morals, and not things like blonde hair, blue eyes, like, you know, values family and looks after their body and loves being active and is nice and is loyal, like I'd have no trust issues with, like just things like that. So I wrote down all this stuff, and when I met Kurt, I was like, this is really weird. He like ticks all my boxes, well, seems that he ticks all my boxes. I wasn't invested in him at the start at all. So he now tells me, you know, he fell for me at the start and he like knew that I was gonna be like his wife or something. I think he went home to his roommate and said, I'm gonna marry that girl. And I went home to my sisters and I was like, I don't know, like he's probably a loser. But how did I know he was the one? I think it was just like, we went on all these dates, then he asked me to be his girlfriend in like a matter of 2 weeks. He was like really keen and I was like, whoa. I don't know, we just like dated for a few months and I think I ended up sitting him down being like, when do you become a crazy? Can you just like tell me your skeleton in the closet? Like what's wrong? Like, are you gonna like cheat on me? You seem too good to be true. I think we just met at the right point. He went through a crazy stage, and if you listen to our podcast, podcast, the Health Code podcast, I reference it a lot. I love hearing about Kurt's crazy past and like crazy stories. He was a completely different person pretty much from before he met me. I was kind of scared about as well because I was like, don't change for me. Like, don't change who you are because you're with me. Don't feel like you have to be a different person. But he was kind of like, no, when I met you, this is the guy I want to be. I don't want to party anymore. I don't want to be like that. I want to be like this homely, like caring, lovely guy. I'm at the point where I want to settle down. I want to find the right girl. Like, I want to be married. And he was like saying all this stuff that I always wanted to hear. You know, he was like, I can see myself marrying you. I was like, oh my gosh, what? Yeah, I was like crying at this point. I was like, it was the nicest thing someone has ever said to me. Like, he literally was like, I prayed for this, and it all happened. It was pretty crazy. Praise Jesus. After that, it kind of like opened up my heart a lot, and I was like, okay, I need to stop waiting for something bad to happen and stop waiting for him to like screw me over and just accept that I'm really happy right now. And it's nearly been 4 years, and like, he's just such a good guy. Like, don't get me wrong, we definitely fight and we definitely argue. We just argue about dumb stuff. I feel so lucky. He's my best friend, and I just can't imagine my life without him. What baby girl names do you like? I feel like I can't say this because what if I have a girl? I can't like expose my names. I'm very, very secretive with my baby names. I only told like a handful of people Fox and Fox Ocean when we picked that name. So in terms of like a girl name, they're just in my heart. Okay, final question. Another very, very popular question is, how did I cope with my breakup? Before I met Kurt, I was in a 7-year relationship. I need to make a full story time about this, I think. Comment below if you would like a full story time about my breakup and my past relationship. The reasons we broke up still stand, but it was just hard because nothing necessarily went wrong, so I couldn't like think back and like resent him. I found that really hard. But in terms of getting over my breakup, there's a few things that I did, and I really jumped into health and fitness, and I fixated myself on a goal. So I got a year planner. This was one of the best things I could have done. So I got a year planner and I filled it out to the T. Like, everything you're supposed to fill out, I filled it out. Even like my name, my number, my contact details, everything. There was like a section where you make a bucket list of goals, and I wrote that down, and I was like, this year I'm gonna tick all of them because this is the year that I'm not selfish, but like I focus on myself. I learned to love myself. I learned how to be happy by myself, and that was my focus. That was the best thing I could have done. To be fair, I focused way too much on what I looked like, and I was in the gym a little bit too much, so I just became like super shredded, and I would just train for a really long time. I got into cooking more. I just like, yeah, really got into my health and fitness. And then I had other goals as well, like with YouTube, I wanted to make an ebook and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, set yourself goals, set yourself tasks, and do stuff that makes your soul happy. Anyway, I feel like I've been talking forever. There was so many more, but I felt like I needed to explain each answer properly. So anyway, if you did enjoy these little life update Q&A videos, then please give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel. It also helps me understand what kind of videos you guys like to see, because like I said, I'm just loving these little chit chat videos lately because I feel like we get to connect more, and it's more like a sisterhood, like friends sitting down and chatting. But also make sure you subscribe because I upload new videos every single week. I've got the reno vlogs happening. I have vlogs with Fox and Kurt. I've got Q&As. I actually have some really fun ideas that I want to like dye Kurt's hair. Are you keen for me to dye your hair?
Yeah, okay.
I want to do a vlog where I like dye his hair. We also have our Health Code YouTube channel where we're uploading the actual podcast, like we sit down and we film them.
And I want to upload some videos there as well.
Yeah, we have some fun ideas planned that we want to not like flood this channel. We want to put on the Health Code channel, which is more like couple vids.
Couple goals.
I should dye your hair today.
You don't have time, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I gotta go to a meeting. I have a meeting in 10 minutes, a Zoom meeting, don't worry. Social distancing is still happening. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Peace.